family and friends, welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Rachel. This is All Glory Farms. So, I did not get a video out yesterday like I had planned, and I need to stop putting out specific timelines because everything is very fluid right now. We aren't on a set schedule with anything, and there is so much going on this farm. It's just hectic. Like right now, I'm on my way to go get a 4x4x8 post gate hinges for a farm gate, which I've never bought those before, and cat food, and concrete. And hopefully, if I'm lucky, I'll find some lawn chairs because we don't have any. Anyway, well, we've got a couple, but they're on the front porch. They're not. I want something for around, like, I don't know, a bonfire? Anyway, so, yeah, I'm on my way into town to see if I can get those things. Andy and the boys are at the farm, and this is what they're doing. Yeah, they are on the last two runs of having that pasture completely livestock fenced in. Livestock fenced in, for those who don't know, are squares. It just had barbed wire around the whole pasture, which we've come to find out that barbed wire is great for the cows and the donkeys and the bigger animals. But the goats will go through it, and they taught the sheep how to go through it, and our dogs will go through it, and we're just not okay with that. So there's 2 legs of the fencing done already. Andy and the boys did it yesterday, and this is one of the reasons why I'm so excited for those GoPros that I found on eBay to come in, because like now Andy's doing some recording with his phone at the house while I'm gone. But this morning I was busy doing stuff in the house, so I couldn't be out there filming. Yeah, so with the GoPros, I can set up several, and they can just run. And then I can pick clips, or I can choose the whole thing, like whatever. So I'm really excited about that. That'll give us a lot more filming opportunities, and we can do different views, and yeah, so I'm super excited. They're supposed to be here Friday or Saturday, so we'll see about that. But yeah, so Andy's hoping, he had to bust out the chainsaw this morning. He's hoping to have the last 2 legs done, and then we can let the goats out because they've been in goat jail. Yeah, they've been in goat jail for almost a week now. And that's such a confined space, but yeah, if we let them out with the pigs, they pick on the pigs. So, you know, if they want to be naughty little goats, they can be in goat jail for a couple of days. Luckily, Andy and the boys were able to get this all done super fast. And we can get them out a lot quicker. But the whole point of yesterday's video was supposed to be, me putting one out yesterday, was supposed to be video number 3 on catching you guys up on what happened during the 3 weeks that we weren't recording. So, I know you got to see some stuff about today, and you know, that's all great and fine. There's other stuff on the farm that I'll have to catch up on, but so where we left off was the Jeep sold. So from there, this is what happened.
You had $1 million followers,
right? Ooh.
yeah. So it's gonna have to turn around, and this rack's gonna have to kind of go. Wow.
Yeah, we got 2 4-wheelers for the property, and they're older. Like one's a 2000, I think the other one's like a 2004, somewhere in that time frame. Nothing particularly brand new. They're in good shape. The guy that we got them from, super nice guy, super nice guy. But yeah, that was an early morning trek to go get that, and we weren't quite sure that's what we were going to go with. You know, we were looking at maybe going with something newer, but, you know, just like the Jeep didn't fit the needs of the farm. And yeah, it's always great having newer stuff or new stuff or the latest or fancy dancy, whatever else. But the question that we had to ask ourselves is, what do we need for the farm? So these 2 4-wheelers, what they will do is they will be toys and tools. They will have, you know, dual purpose. They'll help us move chicken tractors. They'll help us stretch fencing if we need to. They'll help us patrol the perimeter to make sure that our fencing is good. If we've got to get out to help an animal real quick out in the back pasture, it'll help us with that. Yeah, so funny story with those 4-wheelers. I've been riding 4-wheelers most of my life. Well, 3-wheelers, then 4-wheelers. But a good portion, not most, a good portion of my life. Yeah, the first day I was on that tan one, I fell over. I tipped it over. I have never done that with a 4-wheeler, ever. So, yeah, that our back pasture, there's an area that you can go up. Yeah, that's sketch. That is sketchy. Woo-wee. Anyway, so even though we can use that as a tool, it can also be a toy. We can have a little bit of fun with it. The 4-wheelers will also come in handy if we ever hunt on our land and we actually get something. So, speaking of tools, this happened. 5:58 in the morning. Yep, that's our driveway. No, you're fine. I'm gonna have to do this.
3-hour tour.
This is what we left our house for. Woo! Tools.
Meanwhile, back at the ranch.
No, that's fine. We're gonna park it. We can play with these tomorrow. Go.
Those are the four-wheelers.
Shut it off. That, oh man, that was such an early morning leaving. I came across that little mule by accident. I actually was looking at a two-seater in the same area that we bought the four-wheelers, which was like I think an hour and a half, 2 hours away from us. Just a little two-seater, something that I could get around with, and I came across that little mule. That mule is a diesel, and I can have seating for 4. It actually can fit more than 4, but I can have seating for 4 or seating for 2. So there's a little bit of versatility with that. The bed can be extended. The bed can dump, which is amazing. And that thing's a little powerhouse. I've already drug a big tree trunk with that across the other pasture over to beside the shop. So, you know, again, it's older, but it'll do the job. That was also the other reason for buying a side-by-side was for those days. Those of you that don't know, I had a severe infection in my hip back in 2017, and they had to go through and clear it out. And in doing so, either they damaged a nerve or something. I've always had problems with that hip. Now, it's not all of the time, but sometimes it gives me some problems. So that was the reason for the side-by-side for days that I might not be able to throw my leg over a four-wheeler. So anyway, yeah, great little deal. Again, another really, really nice guy. Super early morning leaving to go get it. But yeah, so another tool. So this Jeep, 2 four-wheelers, and a mule. And then this happened. Woo!
Fits you perfect.
It is a farm truck. It's a flatbed, which we really wanted. It has a gooseneck. It's got the 7.3 liter diesel, which we really like. It's a manual transmission, which I love manuals anyway, so does Andy, but we really like having that manual to teach the boys because that will benefit them as well. So when they learn to drive, they're going to learn on a manual, and then they can drive an automatic. And that's coming up soon, like faster than we think. AJ is going to be 15 in a little over a month. Time flies. So yeah, another tool. Even though Andy and I don't usually go to many places without each other, I don't like having one or the other person on the farm without transportation. So if like right now, I'm out and about going to get, supplies, and him and the boys are working on that fence. If something happens and they don't have a vehicle, no thanks. So, And, you know, we can pull trailers with that. There's a lot of things. So that Jeep now has been able to provide us with big tools for the farm. And that is amazing. And it didn't stop there. Like, we were able to, the GoPros, that's part of the sale of the Jeep. Freezer for the house, which, here, I'll just show you that. Yeah, so we tore apart the laundry room and put the fridge and the extra freezer in there, so that opened up more room in the garage/office space. There's been a lot of changes. Like that Jeep selling did so much for us to be able to provide tools for the farm, for the house, for us. The boys got some new computers for their homeschooling stuff. So even though we loved that Jeep, and it sure was pretty. I mean, it was, and we could have had a lot of fun with that thing. That's not what we need. You know, don't get me wrong, some of the things of this world are really neat and fun and great to have. But at the end of the day, the tools that we can obtain to do more than just have fun is what's more important. I think I said that where it makes sense. I'm not really sure. I was at a light, and sometimes I get my brain kind of does a lot of different things. Anyway, so yeah, all glory to God. God blessed us so abundantly. Now understand, with that Jeep, we didn't even own it a full year, and we lost a lot of money on that Jeep. Like, prices went down. We had to, we lost a lot of money on that Jeep. But that's where we don't have to worry about that, because God provides. God blesses us so abundantly that if I told you the number that we lost on that Jeep overall because of other vehicles and everything else, boy, a lot of people, it would curl their toes. But we don't worry about that, because God gives us what we need, and He provides when the time is right. You know, we got a call from our realtor that there might be somebody interested in the house, the old house, which, boy, that would be great, because, you know, we're not expecting that house to sell until next year sometime. I mean, we're in off season, and we've prepared to carry the burden of that cost until next season. Now, if it sells before then, great. If it doesn't, we're prepared for it, and we're not worried about it. We trust God to make it happen when it's supposed to happen, and when the right person is supposed to be blessed with that house. You know, it was the same with the RV, and it was the same with the Jeep. It's funny, because every time, especially with that RV, the RV was I think the biggest lesson learner for me on being patient, because, man, we had that thing up for sale for so long, and, you know, every time we'd start talking about it selling, we could do this, and we could do that, and we could do this. When it finally did end up selling, what we ended up doing with that money, first off, we didn't get as much as what we originally thought we were going to be able to sell it for, but what we ended up doing with the money from the sale of that RV was completely opposite of what we were planning 2, 3, 4 months, even a month before it sold. So that's where the trust in His timing comes in, and trust in His plan for us. So yeah, super excited. Like, we've got some really, really great tools for the farm, and it will allow us to do a lot of things. And again, the Jeep also helped us get the fencing to keep the animals in the other pasture, because that was not an expected cost. You know, up until about 2.5 weeks ago, we weren't having problems with the animals getting out of the pasture. And if they did, we'd shoot them in the butt with a little BB. It wasn't a big deal. Like, they'd go back in, Then it got worse, and then the dogs started doing it. And that's the problem that I have. Like, we love the goats, and hopefully this fencing, they'll be done trying to escape. But if they get out again, I can't afford to have them showing those dogs and the sheep how to get out of this and do even more improvements to fencing. Like, this is pretty much it. So hopefully this will keep them in. We'll see. Only time will tell. Yeah. So yeah, Andy and the boys have been doing a great job on the fencing. Oh, and there's one more thing I need to show you.
But wait, there's more.
Oh, okay. There it is. Andy! Go down and get your dad. Hurry it up. Oops.
Squiggly little line over here. Red.
Yep.
And that's for the glove plug.
Yep.
You just want to wait until that light shuts on. Clear the obviously forward, reverse. The range selector.
Okay.
Singular transmission.
So you can put it in A and then 1, 2, 3, 4, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, C. Okay.
Yeah. A and 1 is really, really low.
Yeah.
Holes are
Ooh.
Cars, tractors. You have a kid a tractor?
Yeah. We're tractor people. We didn't ever think that we would be. It already that tractor has saved Andy so much, I guess, after work pain. I don't know how to explain it, but one of the implements that we got is a what did we get? The post hole implement. And that's already come in handy. The new gate that Andy put in on the back side so we could get the animals moved, he used it already for that, and he's going to use it again for the other gate that we're putting in closer to the house into the pasture that they're working on right now. The other implement that we did get for that tractor was a brush hog. Yes, howdy. We needed a brush hog. You are absolutely 100% right. And he hasn't gotten a chance to really play with that too much. just because there's so much other stuff that needs to be done. Like right now, our list pasture, they're hoping to get that fencing. It won't be completely done, but it will be excuse me, up. They'll have to go back and do more tying, and that'll take a couple of days just off and on, going out for a couple of hours tying and tying and tying and tying. But tomorrow he's wanting to put the man gate in it's not the new pasture, but new pasture, whatever. And then he wants to rearrange the shop, which I have a before and after on that shop. So here's the before, and then I'll show you the after. Will be right after it.
Before?
After.
Yeah, he's done a great job with that shop, and it's about to change again. So, you know, everything's very fluid right now because we're still on the infrastructure phase. We're still getting things set up. We're still getting things, you know, for the farm. We do have hay for the winter, thanks to one of our neighbors. We're going to be getting some round bales, and that was the other reason for the tractor, the need for the tractor. We needed to have a way to pick up and move round bales. So we do. We have an ability. And what we didn't think of when we got the forks for the tractor, what we didn't think about is buying our feed in bulk. Now we can. And one of the things that came with the tractor is a trailer. Now we don't get the trailer for another 5 or 6 weeks, but it's a gooseneck. Oh no! Okay, tomorrow. I just freaked myself out. Tomorrow, this truck is getting its gooseneck put in. I'm so sorry. I keep losing my days. So my brain just flashed. No, it's Thursday. It's supposed to be today. It's tomorrow. We're fine. Crisis averted. Ooh, so sorry about that. Oh gosh. Anyway, that's how much is going on. There's so much going on. Like, everything that I've caught you up on has been, not all of it. Like, I tried to catch as much of it as possible. And that's another reason why these GoPros are just going to come in so handy. Like, I went on Amazon today and got a whole bunch of things like where we can equip to body, or we can clip onto something really quick. It's going to take us a minute to get used to everything, but yeah. And the other thing that I'm in the middle of doing, I'm going to bite the bullet. I've been doing research on the software because, like I said, the one that, hold on. The one that I did pay the subscription on, which thankfully it wasn't that much, it's great for if I wanted to do videos on my phone, but yeah, there's some limitations on the PC that I'm not really liking. So I'm going to bite the bullet and do the 7-day trial for Adobe. I think that's just too much, but I know it's going to have everything that I need, and I can learn new stuff as I go. So yeah, anyway, it's, you know, first world problems. Yeah. So there's been a lot of changes, a lot of movement. Oh gosh. And this truck loves to go. Oops. Anyway. So yeah. That's what's been going on. It's been a lot. Now the Jeep didn't help with the tractor very much at all. That was a necessary expense, and we'll be paying on that for a while. But you know, and for those of you that don't know, my husband is a 100% disabled veteran. So him out there working, like, yeah, more than likely this weekend he won't be doing anything. And that's just if his knee doesn't give out or his back doesn't give out, or one of his other yeah. So the tractor was kind of a necessity for us, especially on all of the stuff that we would like to do, but most of it was the stuff that we need to do, like being able to move the round bales. That's important. And our neighbor helping us out, giving us he gave us a good deal on the round bales, and he's right down the road. Like, we're so grateful. We are so grateful. We've now met 2 of our neighbors, both amazing people. We really, really like our neighbors. I mean, we liked our neighbors in Texas too. We miss them, actually. But yeah, I mean, it's amazing to watch God work in our lives and bring the right people, because we've had a problem in the past with the wrong people being in our lives, and it took a really long time for us to turn away from that and go down the road we're supposed to be going. So anyway, I think I'm back to rambling, and I don't want to make this video any longer than I need to, because it's just supposed to be a catch-up video, but we've included some of the current stuff going on. I will do another video soon. I'm not going to say days anymore, because when I say days, then something happens and I end up not being able to. So yeah, anyway, I think we already covered that. Today is Wednesday, right? I am right on that. Okay, good. The whole appointment thing was freaking me out still. Yeah, the dealership that we found the truck at, because we looked at more than one truck. The dealership that we found the truck at, they actually do more of like putting on flatbeds and stuff like that. They're the ones putting in the the gooseneck ball on this truck. We couldn't pass up the price, and they're super cool people too. I think I don't know what that was. My brain just went a million different places. Sorry about that. No, super, super, super awesome people. We really love that truck. We were looking for a 7.3 liter. I really wanted a flatbed. We got the flatbed, and it's got some quirks. I mean, the truck's 23 years old. It's got some quirks. But it runs well, transmission's good, and it checks a whole lot of boxes. And again, that Jeep, the sale of that Jeep made so much of this possible. All glory to God. We are so grateful that we have been so wonderfully and abundantly blessed. Sorry, hiccups. All right, well, we're at the end of the video. I'm not going to drag it on anymore. I keep thinking to myself, is there something else? Did I leave anything out? If I left anything out, I'll cover it on the next video. Doing my best here. Yeah. All right, well, as always, thank you guys so much for the support, for following along, cheering us along. Thank you, Michael Smith, for the comments. We appreciate it. Those of you that like our videos or share our videos, that's awesome too. And for those of you that just every once in a while pop in and catch up, hi, we love to see you. It's great. We enjoy it. We enjoy having you along on the journey with us. So with no further ado, have a blessed day, and we will see you soon. Thanks so much. Bye.